Let's begin. Superstructure means the mooring chalk is just the hole and the rope is passed through it. Fair lead is a roller which can rotate on vertical axis. That is the difference between the two. You use fair leads to pass the mooring ropes normally, and chocks are used to tie up tugboats. That is normal. Okay, we continue with superstructure now. Anything above upper deck. Another day you were absent, huh? 165. Okay, let's move. Chats. Okay, never mind. Okay, anything above upper deck or main deck is superstructure. Now, ships have got standard ship has got one superstructure. Some ships may have more than one superstructures. Earlier days we used to even have three superstructures indirectly. Three places where people used to live: forward, aft, and somewhere in the middle. Then the newer designs in 1950s came with two superstructures. One was approximately one third distance from the bow, and other one was right aft. And there used to be usual bickering, arguments, and taunting and all, like, because the deck officers were put in front because the bridge was put in front for navigational purpose, and engineers and all used to be aft closer to engine room, so they used to have all sorts of things. Then it became officers and crew, but they had two superstructures. Today, most of the ships will have one superstructure. Now, what superstructure will have inside? Some sort of arrangements. Now, don't mix up machinery spaces. Machinery space also can be on deck, part of deck house. But deck house is a superstructure, and machinery space is a subset of that. So, anything above main deck is superstructure. Now, some ships you have got bridge right in the front, means you start with from forward you have got forecastle, in sort of a forecastle anyway, and there is accommodation straight, and aft part is free, and right in the end you will find two funnels starboard, and whole deck is used, means it's converted into holds and it is loaded with containers. That is done. Traditionally, bulk carriers, tankers, product carriers, multi-purpose carriers, and modern any one of the ships have got superstructure aft, right above machinery space, because otherwise the part of the ship which is on top of machinery space will go waste if you don't do anything with it. You want to use everything to earn maximum money. So we used to have accommodation there, and we got used to it looking from that distance. No issues. Container ships have got variety. You have right forward, then you may have one accommodation which may be say 30% of the length from the bow, and you may have engines aft, so you will find funnels aft. Then some container ships will have accommodation right aft, and everything loading area is in front. So it is flexible. The reason being, how do you make a ship? I have told you. You work out everything for cargo first. Now what happens is, anything under the superstructure is waste. Okay, it's wasted space. Why? Because you can load cargo there on container ship. Container ships, you can go only vertical. So, ship is first taken in multiples of 20 feet base. Then they just use one of the base for accommodation. Means accommodation length will be approximately 40 feet. Forecastle and after-peak stores are not in superstructures. Superstructures are the specially made places. Forecastle we have made for purpose of mooring and creating a store. After-peak store also no. Poop deck, that's what you're saying. Poop deck also is not considered superstructure. Those are decks. Superstructure is a building-like structure. Then these container ships, you pick up 40 feet length and put the accommodation there. Now, one of the problems what happens on a container ship, when you put engine somewhere, it has to connect to the propeller with the shaft. So you want to keep the shaft length smallest. And on container ship, you can load on top of machinery space. Why? Because you load it on deck. So generally you put engine aft. Accommodation can be shifted at your convenience. Only thing what you will lose is under accommodation. But now with the new regulations where you cannot have fuel oil or lube oil in double bottom tanks or wing tanks. So you have to create new tanks to store your fuel. So sometimes underneath accommodation is a good area, or make it on top of double bottom somewhere else. And you may have you may have some machinery under the superstructure. That machinery may be extra power generators which you are required to have. So they will use the space some one way or the other, but accommodation can shift. One of the biggest problem is for container ships, arc of visibility. What we say means the blind sector comes because containers are right up to here. So I'm not going to see so much in the front. To load maximum amount of containers, you have to make sure the navigation bridge is clear somewhere. So they keep on shifting it at convenient location. And generally, I have seen about 20% to 30% of the length from forward is used on all modern ships. You will all modern ships. You will notice the big ships. Huh? The bridge is somewhere about that distance from the forecastle. Then they got additional issues, but then they work out with the cargo because again, what happens when you load the cargo, ship is going to be like this, it's going to go like this. So you have to work out what will be your natural trim without taking any ballast because earlier designs of container ships needed lots of ballast. So you were wasting capacity. Modern ships are designed with little different. That is why the accommodation means superstructure ships. Roro ships have got single deck uh, superstructure. It spreads on top of the car decks. It's just one deck, everybody is there. And one staircase you climb up, you are on bridge. It's different. They have got like more playground there. Main thing for superstructures is the visibility for navigation because if you're going to drive something and you can't see in the front sufficient distance, there will be a problem. Now remember one thing. Practically, practically every vehicle has got some blind sector either forward or aft. Blind sector is there. If you take car or a truck can see sideways behind but can't see right behind. But they can see in front because they have got very little head obstructions. If you look at cars, every car, in spite of the aerodynamic shape, there is a small area which you cannot see. That is blind sector. Once in a while you hear accident. Somebody was reversing the car and went over a child. Because child was behind, he could not see. That is because of blind sectors. So same way, ships have got blind sectors forward, aft, two places you have a blind sector. Now, generally, what happens? I'm interested in front blind sector. In case somebody comes in, I will crush the guy. Behind is already past area, but it became important this blind sector aft because of piracy. Okay, pirates board from aft. So you want to see aft also, so you put CCTV cameras and couple of more things so that you can scan all over. Then that arc of visibility we consider as most important. Where do you put it? The bridge means a superstructure, and because there are also regulations. Okay, there are regulations that how much your arc of blind sector can be. There are regulations, so you have to ensure you follow the regulation. So you will take a drawing and decide, okay, what is it? Okay, this is it. Now it is a hotel building. Okay, you have got everything in that built in, all included in one. Means we think as if we have got isolation from COVID-19. Same way, accommodation contains everything what you need for living, plus office spaces, and underneath if you have got machinery space, you have got whole thing in one. No, you don't need to go on deck at all. You actually don't need to go on deck on ship unless you have got some maintenance work or something going on. Otherwise, why do you want to go out? Simple. Now, superstructures, normal superstructure will contain navigation bridge, which is right on top to get the best visibility. It houses steering wheel, one what you say fascinating thing for everybody is steering wheel, and all navigational equipment. It is well protected from weather, rain, everything. Hence, you can close every doors. Now there are two types of it. Like one I'm going to show you has got bridge wings. A lot of modern container ships don't have bridge wings. This all is included in a big hall like thing. So idea is to have 360 degrees visibility. So you are safe. But unfortunately, you don't get it if you stand in one location. You have to move. 1 minute. I'll just tell you. हॅलो हेमंत द क्लास नमस्कार माझा क्लास चालू आहे मी तुला कॉल देतो हा ठीक आहे चल sorry so 360 degrees if I'm in one location I can't see like in cars also you see when we are reversing and all we tend to move and put our head out right don't do that because we are not sitting we can move around so we can go for port wing to starboard wing and that way fair amount of blind sector gets covered that is accepted then that means you're enclosed with a glass it's a glass house okay here I must tell you something interesting okay that is over Juliet stuff once long ago when I was sailing means about I will say about 25 years ago we were 5 6 ships on a route so we had two and then German Hapag-Lloyd had two and CMA CGM one and one more was there. Now what happened? They made new ships, Hapag-Lloyd, and everybody is becoming desperate. Single man watch keeping. Why? Because somebody feels that in any why should we waste money on lookout man? So they designed a ship that was container ship, brand new ship, and they decided. And this idea was not new idea that time; it was old idea. So they said that you needed to have a toilet for nature's call. So they placed one toilet on a bridge and they went ahead and put glass around it. Okay, so that person using it can see outside and keep lookout. They all this is German brain. Huh? They all were yes, we found the solution. And interestingly, what happened? Like Some of the Scandinavian countries had tried it, and they had even put a light inside. So, and you have got male officers, female officers, both. So there is one person is one person. That one German pilot, okay, German pilot on German ship found it is so insulting that you have got a nature's call, and then everybody is going to look at you, because when pilot is on board, you have got captain there, you have got a steering man, and so he found it extremely insulting, and he sort of gave a big publicity to it. He says this is what human dignity, this, that, and all. So they were finally forced to remove all the glasses from the toilet and make it enclosed properly. So, this sort of a stuff can go in heads, about 360 degrees viewing. Okay, then what happens? The navigation bridge is also your heart, like control system, brain. So it has got controls to run fire pumps, main engines, power generators, all can be operated from top. Ballast pumps, a lot of stuff can be. It depends on the choice of the owner, what all he wants to operate from top. Then it has got some sort of a sitting arrangement, because you don't expect everybody to stand for us. So there is some sitting arrangement. Traditionally, it used to be captain's chair. These days, there are more chairs. Means they started a long back, but now I have seen more chairs last visit. Then coffee making arrangement, toilet. Now, what happens is when you get heavy rains and all, so you need wipers. So some of the portals have got wipers. Then there is something called clear view screen. Clear view screen is old traditional idea. It is a round glass. There is a motor in the middle. It's full glass, and this motor is connected, and it revolves the glass at a good RPM, so that everything gets thrown out. So those are clear view mirrors. They are more efficient than even wipers, and it is always the topmost thing. Okay. Now this view is showing what? It is showing you a typical old ship's wheelhouse. This used to be chart table. These are the equipment, radar, etc., etc. Mirrors here, not mirrors, a glass on sides up to here, glass on sides, a table to make coffee and all. Then there used to be door on the side, to sliding door in 4.5 direction. You slide it, go out, come in, whatever it is, and this part, this part, it's a glass here and here, that is mainly for protected thing for a lookout man, because lookout man has to hear also. If you close all the doors, your hearing will get impaired. So there is a place which is weather protected. One can stand here. Normally you have got Stevenson screens and all here to take the temperatures and all, but one can stand here and he is well protected from the weather. If you go further here, then there are windbreakers here. It's some sort of arrangement so that the wind doesn't come on your face. It is diverted up. So you can open your eyes. Otherwise, with that sort of wind, you will not be able to open your eyes. And on top of navigation bridge, like this area, this will be the top, which your roof, which your close. That deck is called Monkey Island or Flying Bridge. On that, you will find one mast, then couple of fittings, standard magnetic compass, then there will be aerials, radar antenna, and so on. Yeah, radar mast is there. Now what happens is, depending on the situation, the radar supplies, because they all have got safe distance from each other. If you have got two radar things together, there might be interference with each other. So there are rules for uh, all sorts of radio antennas, as well all electronic equipment antennas have got certain rules saying that the minimum safe distance from other one is so much. Every ship has it. Every ship. It is required because you are required to display two navigation lights of a ship once you are over 50 meters. So one is forward. For that, minimum height is required. So you have to have a pole or anything there, and another one behind, which also has got a minimum height. So combination wise, you need to have it. That's it. Then to go to other decks, you have got ladders. Now you also have got sometimes some extra space converted into. Now there is this is staircase inside. From using this staircase, you come here and then you open the door and you are on bridge. There is a locker created for navigation thing. There is a room created for batteries. Now the see battery room door is opening outside to open atmosphere. It doesn't open inside anytime. It is always outside to open atmosphere for variety of reasons which you will study later. And then you will find the funnel is connected to this part. This is one ship. Ship's designs vary. So there is no hard and fast rule, but rule is navigation bridge will be on top. These are bridge wings. Why? Because you have enclosed it here and these are the bridge wings. So you can come all the way and this is end of the ship, the end of by breadth, end. Because you should be able to see vertically down, it never extends outside and it never stays inside. Every wheelhouse will extend to full breadth always. Then we come to there are cabins requirement. Different cabins like hotels have got a deluxe room, honeymoon suite, all sorts of things are there in hotels. No, so similarly we don't have honeymoon suite, but we have got senior officers accommodation, captain's accommodation will be generally the best one on a ship. That's why you have to become captain as early as possible. And it needs air conditioning, heating arrangement, bed will be there, comfortable double bed for captain, sofa set, working tables, bathroom, toilet is attached, furniture is attached. You can't move the furniture. It is fixed. Most of the things on the ship in form of furniture are fixed. Chairs also have got hook arrangement, so you have got option of making it movable or you can hook it. So even in heavy rolling pitching, you can sit on the chair. Now, the rooms are also designed, the cabins. We don't call them rooms, we call them cabin. Yeah, cabin, yes, correct. Tied by chain to deck. Then the cabins are meant with the keeping in mind there may be two persons cleaning or one person cleaning the whole ship. They are very well designed for cleaning, so it is quite easy to keep them clean. Generally, senior officers will have a day room and a bedroom separate because it's expected they may have their partner, wife on board or husband on board, whichever way it is. And there is no work for them, so those ones can sleep in the bedroom, yet you are sitting in their room and doing something. And plus they have got extra office spaces also. Captains also have got conference room. They can be attached to his cabin by sliding doors, you open and make entry like that. And on captain's deck, normally you will have one cabin for owners. That is generally called owner's cabin because in case somebody from office or somebody is sailing with the ship for some reason, or pilot has to stay overnight on a ship. So pilot has a cabin, owners have got cabin. Chief engineers generally are on captain's deck, but some ships he may be on one deck below. Depends on the ship's design and space available. Now this is old ship, so that's why we have got something here. That is, you see, okay, I'll reduce it little bit. Okay, this is the captain's deck. Okay, this one, captain's day room, captain's bedroom, second officer, third officer is put here. So that's why I say there is a lot of flexibility. Now, the electrical store, pilot cabin is here. Okay, that means pilot can relax here. Everybody has got attached toilet, and no, that is normal ship. Radio room is there and radio operator. Those days we used to have radio officer. This is old ship's design. And wherever you find small space, you create a locker because you do need lot of locker. Like at home, you need cupboards. Same. So radio operator, because radio operator had one important thing, confidentiality of all the communications. So generally he was kept close to the captain when we were same deck, even if sometimes this used to be on the bridge deck. Next deck below, you have got chief engineer's bedroom, first engineer means second engineer and third engineer, two engineers, then there will be chief officer, third engineer is here. So this ship, chief officer doesn't have separate one and the second engineer doesn't have the separate bedroom. Now we come down further. There will be a deck where crew is there. Again, it's all convenient arrangement. Deck crew, engine crew together, saloon crew together. Then you have got the petty officers. Petty officers means like uh, sixth engineer fitter, or you call him fitter, deck fitter, engine fitter, pumpman, bosun. They are petty officers. Galley is there where the food is cooked. Now this is the typical one where the crew is there. Now there is one hospital here. You see there is one hospital. Now hospital also has got direct entry from outside. It is requirement. Reason is in case it is some sort of a contamination is there or a contagious disease is there and we have isolated somebody. So you approach, don't allow anything to come in. It has got independent ventilation. It is not linked in any, so totally isolated like requirement. Now in galley there is only cooking, okay, but pantries if they are provided, they are for taking the food out of big pots. You know, pots are big pots, so you take out and put it in serving dishes and all, and then it is, that is pantry. Now there is a change in things. A lot of ships may not have pantry, but normally pantries are there only for, you know, you are feeling hungry, you open the fridge, you have got bread there, you make toast, then you may decide to make a sandwich. So all those things are there in the pantry. Any fruit juice or you know, some water will be there if you want cold, but generally water has got separate arrangement. Then noodles and all if you make. Okay. Now this is becoming little important deck because what happens is on this deck outside you have got lifeboats. So this is also known as embarkation deck because you embark lifeboats on this deck. So this is embarkation deck. Now what happens? This is a typical common area. Chief steward used to be the guy who was in charge of catering and housekeeping. These days you may not have one. The job is handled jointly by some officers. Cook, then messman, steward two. This ship has fair amount of crowd. Sometimes you have got only three. Then cruise smoke room. Smoke room is also recreation room with television, video arrangements and all. And then there's a mess room to eat food. Similarly, now inside there is a engine casing here. You realize there is a engine casing. This is going through engine. So this bulkhead has got a galley arrangement. Galley also has got one door opening outside. Now this is crew's pantry. That is what I told you where you can make noodles and all. Food is cooked in galley, then passed on. Similarly, officers' pantry. There is officers' pantry here. Officers' mess room, officers' smoke room. Smoke room is also means it's a recreation room. Then space is there, so two toilets are put. Why? Because if people are here and they need to use anything, it should be nearby, not expect them to go back to their cabins. Is this clear up to this point? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Galley has got this one staircase you can see here, and it is enclosed because what happens, we like to isolate places in case of fire. So galley can be isolated quickly because there is a high risk area, that is galley. High risk because you are cooking at temperatures, there is a edible oil which can catch fire and fire can spread, and rolling pitching, it can spill. Of course there are separate firefighting arrangements, but remember one, galley is a high risk area, and there is a isolation possibility. That's why you always make it in a separate way, and you can close the doors and it's isolated. It galley also has got independent ventilation. Independent. Now there is a staircase you can see, and there is a door which opens. So normally it is kept closed. From here, guy can go down. There is a deck underneath this that I will show you. That is where you have got stores. Okay. See the staircase comes down here. Now there is a provision room here. There is a handling space because the common space where the stores come. There is a opening on the top. Through that you lower the stores, and then some goes in provision store. Then you have got other store here. Then you have got fish room. You got vegetable room. These are different temperature control one. There is also common lobby there. Why? Because from cold place you come out, you don't want to end up in hot place. So there is another handling place there. Then you have got other stores here. That is all related to food. On same deck, what you will have here, you have got stores. Of course, there will be one entry from this deck also. One entry is possible from this deck. Generally, possible, but very often you will not have. It entry will be through the galley only. So only cook knows what is going in and out. Same deck. Like we have got cold rooms here. Then one store is created from outside for deck store, whatever it is. Then there is a common toilet here for shore people when they come on board, the laborers and all. There is air conditioning unit here, which provides central air conditioning unit. Then this Suez Canal restroom is what actually Suez Canal, you get people coming on board, they are boatmen and all. So you are supposed to give them place where they can relax till they are called on a duty. So that is here. Then there is a tally office. Tally office is not ship's office. Tally office is meant for people who come from ashore for discharging, loading cargo. They need some space to do their paperwork. So that is called tally office. So this will be, office means it is strictly a table with chair and all and nothing more. They will bring, if they want to bring their own laptops, they will bring their own laptops, whatever they will need. They bring their paperwork and they finish it. We don't give them anything. And for their purpose, there is a toilet here. So they can use this toilet and we are quite happy with it. Same thing, Suez Canal crew can use this toilet. Now you have got a gymnasium, which is ship staff. It has got all gym equipment like what you will find anywhere. Some of you will be living in society. You are living in a society where you have got a gymnasium. So similarly, we have a gymnasium with, where you can do weightlifting. You can do all exercises. Treadmills are there. Then you have got here laundry. This laundry, okay, has got a dry room attached. So you wash it here, you put it for drying there, hanging there. So that dry room temperature is higher. There are heaters there, so that things dry up, and there is a ventilation system so that there is no humidity like that. Then you have got fire control stations here. This is main deck area. So you have got a emergency station here. So when you learn, you will get more detail in it. This is muster station. Then there is a workshop here and a deck store, a small deck workshop and a deck store. Then another locker inside. Another lavatory is provided because if you are using gym and all, you have to use the loo. You can use this. Now here, There is a old ship, that is why paint locker is, otherwise paint locker is never in the accommodation area. Paint locker is generally part of the forecastle store. Why? Because in case it catches fire, people are safe from the fire. So this is where we are on this deck. Okay, ship's drawings, you will get used to it over a period, but this is the standard drawing. And lots of small stores are created where there were a possibility use a small store. So galley, I told you it is for strictly cooking food. Pantry is where you have got all plates and all kept, if they have to keep the plates there before serving and all. And then you prepare, you can make your snacks and all there. Recreation room are also called smoke rooms and all. This has got generally bar tha ek zamane mein. You can play games, music system and all. Some ships have got separate games room. Why? What happened? The game somebody is playing, he gets excited, starts shouting and maro, 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 like that. So others get disturbed. Somebody else is watching movie. So he gets disturbed. So that is why the ships, wherever there is a good space, they separate the games room than the say TV room or a theater. And you have got Xbox and all. It's nothing like never. Your entertainment is good, absolutely good. Movie libraries and all. Games room, gymnasium. I told you. Hospital is isolated place. I showed you. Bonded store is where duty free things are kept because we can buy duty free things. So those are cheaper than the normal prices. So we have them in a separate store, which is sealed in the ports. Then sometimes some shift beer lockers are separate because they keep beer at low temperature. So it's a temperature control. Mish, say meat and fish room. They are maintained at generally minus 18 to minus 24 because at minus 18 food stuff can last about 6 months and minus 24 it's supposed to be unlimited time, means you can even count years. So you generally don't need years, but depends on the ship design what they have decided to put. Normally 18 you will find. Vegetable rooms is always plus temperature, plus 3 degrees to 6 degrees, so the vegetables remain fresh for longer time. Dry provision store, it need not be temperature controlled, but large amount of ships maintain them at 6 degrees so you don't get insects. Because one insect, your ship can be detained in the port. Laundry is there, you will have few automatic machine. One machine will be dedicated for washing dirty clothes, that is boiler suit. That is always dedicated separately. And other machines are automatic, you put clothes inside, go and play game somewhere, gymnasium or a games room. Come back after 1 hour, it is already washed, take it up. Then lot of ships have got automatic dryers also. Pick it up, put it in another one, close it, put the timer, go play another game, come back, your clothes are ready. There is ironing arrangement there only, so you can iron them yourself. Most of the ships there is a crew member who likes to earn extra money by doing laundry for others. So I was lucky, I always had somebody to take care of my laundry. Garbage locker. You are not allowed to throw garbage overboard. So you have to keep it. Now, if you just keep it anywhere in open, it will start stinking and there will be, uh, worms and all. So generally, even if it is tied in proper garbage bag, we put it. You don't want it stinking because some bag might open up here and there. So many times you have got a separate, not many times, there is a separate place where you keep garbage for disposal ashore, and many of them are temperature controlled to avoid foodstuff rotting there. Then there are many offices on in this accommodation. There is a captain's office which is separate office than ship's office. Ship's office can be a general office where everybody has got access and everybody has got space, drawer or something. Some cupboard space or something. The second officer has got something. He has got his locker. Third officer has got locker. Second engineer has got plus the common computer systems, printers, photocopies, everything can be done there. That is ship's common office, and that is ship's office, not to mix up with captain's office. Captain's office is right on his deck for more important things. The ship's office is accessible to all the officers. Captain's office is by invitation only. Okay. Then you may have additional office which may be a control room type that happens on tankers. The control room is also there, cargo control room. You may have a cargo office separate than the ship's office, but depending on the ship's size and the space available. But it is dedicated for certain purpose. For shore people, we give them tally room. Ship's office is for ship staff. Okay, because now what happens? Everything is plant maintenance systems. Everything is computerized. So some files are maintained. Then lot of offices you will have some reading materials or videos for training and all. And that common office means like chief officer is in charge if it is part of cargo office. And in port it is open. Anybody can go in there for work. At sea it is open. They see there is no problem. At import there is a problem. You don't want outsiders stealing something. So all the stuff what you need in office is there. And there will be communication also. They can communicate like a cargo office on a tanker. There's a full ballast system. The chief officer can do ballasting from there by pressing buttons. Nobody has to go to engine room. It is all automated. Plus, all the readings, whatever you need from cargo are there. Cargo temperature is so much. This is happening. That is happening. Everything you know from there. Then, same common office. You have got one copy of all the plans of the ship. It's always under lock and key. Additional copies where required are given, but one copy will be always there, and one copy has to be maintained there. You get a second copy, like there are many plans with many large number of copies. That is different because somebody needs it all the time, so he keeps it with him a copy. But one copy will be always in common office, and one more will be there in a safe place. That is to be touched only because if you lose some plans, it is you can say a critical thing because you need to know everything of the ship all the time in case of damage anything. So this is what we have got in accommodation. Now shoot questions. I think time is there no for shooting questions. Still 15 minutes. So shoot questions about accommodation. You are awake or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes,
no
sir.
curiosity.
Yes, sir.
Any curiosity about what else you need in accommodation for living? Anything is short. Hmm?
No, sir.
No, we will see the accommodation videos, but I want to do it in next lecture. So I want you because it's just always think about a hotel room and you are relaxed. Two things you do, and you will find like if you have been to any vacation resorts and all, how you have got everything inside. Same way we are looking here. Oh, you get plenty of time. Okay. What happens is there is something called period of rest on ship. Listen to the one by one we'll do. Okay. You have got period of rest which everybody maintains its own logbook which is signed that I work from this time to this time or it may be I had a rest from this time to this time. So with that they have ensured that you cannot be working more. So today if I look at it, a cadet will be approximately doing 12 hours a day. Reason being, okay, as a cadet only, I'm not talking if you're working as a crew. If you are working, it is like it's a training. So what happens one way or the other, you will be forced to study for 4 hours. So I am adding up in your working time. Okay. Technically, you will be working 8 to 10 hours a day, no more. And that means out of 24 hours, you have got 14 hours free. Remove 8 hours. You have got 6 hours free for studies as well as playing games. Okay. Now, sports on board. Obviously, you cannot have large things, but you will find on like Roro ships, people are playing basketball. Why? Because they created a thing. You know, everybody tries to give you something. Table tennis. Some ships they can even play badminton in a steering compartment. Why? Because the ships are so large. You have got space and space, no problems. Now it depends on a ship. So that is how we will say the sports. Carom, chess, all these things will be there. Okay. AC is there in cadets room. Yes, each and every space where people are using it is air conditioned as well as temperature controlled. So in winters you have got heating. Okay, you do satellite calls? Yes, satellite calls are expensive, but they are always available. Always, you can. Means in simple words, if you need to contact home today, you have got two choices. One is you can make a direct call via satellites. Other one, if your ship has got good, let's say, Wi-Fi with internet, you can use WhatsApp and all also. That's not a problem. Depending on the ship again, because some ships put the equipment long back, so it is become outdated today till they replace it. It is. Food menu is decided by captain or chief. Normally, depending on a ship, the systems are different on different ships. Some ships have got a mess committee where there are representation of all the crew. One guy means like there will be bosun or maybe some AB motorman, whatever it is, and junior officers, and obviously chief cook or chef, whatever you call, because they are actually chefs. And chief cook is not sounding right. They are bakers as well as cooks both. So they will decide together what sort of food. Now what happens is there is one man who is going to do cooking. So modern day cooking has changed. They also get a lot of frozen stuff which you can heat up and make quickly. Then there is a depending on ship. Today what happened? Most of the ships you try to get pre-cut chicken. Why? Means chicken legs are separate, these parts are separate, so you can use it directly instead of wasting time in cutting. Then there is a lot of equipment on board. But normally, captains don't interfere much in food menu. Why? Because they have got enough to do. And again, 23, 24 persons have different tastes. So it is not easy job. Like as a captain, I gave all the freedom to chief cook and the mess committee. Means I used to get a third officer, one engineer, junior officers, not senior officers. Okay, junior officers, some crew, and I said you discuss and decide. And I used to give a lot of freedom to chief cook because he works alone, and he is working 20, 365 days. Means whatever time he's on board, he's working every day. He doesn't have off. He doesn't get holiday. So I used to give a lot of freedom, and I had great chief cooks. Means the food they have cooked, even I miss it today. Great. Means I am used to eating in 5 stars and all, but I'll tell you what they could cook was really great. Cadets have private room. Obviously, you have got your own room, no? Your own cabin is there. You don't share your cabins. If at all, some ship has got, it may have two cadets in one room. Okay, that is what we don't call it room. We call it cabin. Otherwise, normally today's ships, each cadet will have its own cabin. So you are responsible for keeping it clean. You will have cabin will have attached bath, toilet. So everything is there, like hotel room. If you feel hungry after dinner, yes, you have got snacks available in the pantry. But sandwich you will have to make yourself. If you want to make noodles, yes, you can make noodles. There is hot water arrangement. You can make tea, coffee, but you can't cook. Means you can't say I'm going to start cutting onion and start making something. No. You use all sorts of ready-made food. You may have some of the ships may have frozen pizza. You put it in microwave, heat it up. That's okay. You don't pay for food. You don't pay for food on ships. You pay only for drinking if it is there. Small library, yes, very much small libraries are there. And depends on again, what is the choice of people. Today, what happens is you have got internet connectivity, so a lot of stuff has become irrelevant. Library will be there, one cupboard of books will be there. Then you will have training materials. There will be books, manuals, the videos that you can see, and a lot of companies have got their own system that small courses you can do online from the ship only. So you get a certificate for that you have completed this course. That is the part of training. You don't pay except when you take anything from bonded locker. No, for nothing for food, nothing for living, and what else is there? There's nothing else. Means you really don't pay. And actually, on good ships, depends again. The cadets are taken ashore also by officers. Chal aja, and they treat you out. So it depends on again ship and people. Cadets have to wash eating plates. No, ships you don't wash eating plates. You don't clean toilets also. You clean only toilet of your own. You don't clean toilets. Those are the things people must have told you to discourage you. Your eating plates and all are not washed. Ships, you just put eating plate. There is a system. Okay, if you are eating and you have to taking plate, and means it depends on if you got a buffet system. So you take the plate, fill it up what you want to eat any amount of time, and that's not a problem. And then when you put dish for cleaning, you generally put any leftover food in one of the garbage bins there and put the plate where it's supposed to be put. That's the end of it. There will be a steward who will be cleaning the plates and putting in the dishwashers. Satellite calls, I don't know today, but it can be something like $3 to $4 a minute at least. Family
Sir,
can contact you on internet, no? WhatsApp.
sir, can we take the food to our own room or do we have to eat in the mess room?
No, you can't take food to your cabins. You have to eat in mess room. Major reason for this is the cockroaches. When you start going around with food, then the cockroaches start. One cockroach means your ship is detained in the port. So no way. You go there and eat. Like there is an arrangement. If you feel hungry 24 hours, you will still find something to eat on ship. Nobody is going to restrict. No. Surely everybody gets. Everybody gets. There is nothing like engineers don't get it or something. Yes, you see, it is like this. Okay. Right now, you will get all the opinions. I'm telling you from practical experience. I spent a lot of time at sea here. Means I joined in 73 and I left in 99. So 26 years at sea. I can talk of experience, not many, because a lot of people quit sea life very early and they took shore jobs and they are around. So they give different ideas about things. Everybody gets shore leave. Now what happens is you come to port. About 50% people have to be on board. 50% people, because in case there is a fire, any emergency, something like that. Other 50% goes ashore. Duties we adjust. Work we adjust. Sometimes ship may be in port for 2 days, so one day one batch goes, second day other batch goes out. No problem. In the evening, some people finish the day work and go out in the evening because they want to go to pubs and other places. Perfectly fine. Some people want to go for shopping, so they like to go during daytime. So everybody gets shore leave. Now engineers, it's a misconception which I heard this question earlier. Don't get time to go out in the port. It is wrong. Once in a while, once in a while, we have got important maintenance in engine room. Once in a while. It's not every time you go to port and you start opening things. No, ship's machinery is very modern and designed to go on for one year continuously without stopping. Okay, that is how it's designed. So it is not that they also get chance to go out. You also get chance to go out. You have to match your work. Suppose if you are on 6 to 12 duty. So 6 to 12 you do duty. 12 to 6 you go ashore. Come back again for 6 o'clock duty. And next one you catch up your sleep. So one way or the other you manage. Sailing, no, it depends on port. So if you are calling port, say for example, container ship, in 6 months, will call maybe 60 ports. If every port you will get chance to go out. So you will say 60 times in 6 months you have been out. On a say tanker or a big bulk carrier, you call only in 6 months. You may call say 4 ports. So you will get chance 4 times. Every time ship comes in port, people get shore leave. Once upon a time, we had punishment to lose shore leave, but that is extreme form of punishment that you will not get shore leave to go out. Extreme because you must have done something really bad, and one more step you will be sacked. That sort of one. Otherwise, another rule is for shore leave. Quote rule number so and so. ROR. ROR you will be studying in next semester. So that one has got link with the shore leave. You want shore leave? Then tell me the rule. We used to do that. Okay. Inspections are like when you go ashore. Normally, chief officer is going to check or a duty officer is going to check you are properly dressed. Okay. Means according to today's situation, nobody is going to tell you properly dressed means suit boot dal ke jao, but expected you are properly dressed. You don't go out in uniform. You go out in proper civil clothes, and you go generally you tag with somebody. Most of the time cadets are tagged. Chalo yaar hum jate because you are lowest paid person. Everybody knows that. So very often you will find captain taking you ashore, chief officer taking you ashore, second officer taking you ashore, treating you for whatever, whether it's a dinner or just a beer or whatever. Some time like you have went before, so let others go. Means I can't understand it. Sahitya, what is it?
So for surely.
No, it is like once you come to port, you wait for immigration clearance. Okay. Immigration clearance means that is when people are allowed to go. So generally, many places there is a pass system. So they create a pass for you. So you take the pass and then you can. There are rules regulations in every place. Then you go out and you have to take a permission from chief officer to go ashore. He will tell you, and then you always find out what time ship is sailing. You have to be on ship at least 2 hours or 4 hours before sailing, depending on the ship. Because before sailing, we have got a lot of work to do. So they tell you between what time and what time you can be out. That means suppose somebody gives you shore leave, he says, okay, you go. So it's 6 o'clock in the evening. He says, just be back by 10 o'clock. Fine. Or 11. Depends on ship and depends on port again. Some ports don't allow you to stay more than 10 o'clock at night. Some ports allow midnight. Some ports don't bother. So it depends on that. But you get shore leave, there is no issue like this that you will be imprisoned there.